Hi, this is Cynthia Makris. So for me, one of the reasons opera is such a powerful art form is because it's full of archetypes. Much like the ancient Greek plays, the characters were not only real people, but they were symbols of many other things. So if you think, like, outside of opera, who was Princess Diana? Why did she fascinate the entire world so much? Because she was quite real. She was a real human being with all of her strengths and all of her faults. And she was not a princess. She was the princess. People have said she was the very last real princess. And interestingly enough, being something so huge has a tendency to bring you closer to people, to bring you into their hearts. It's quite interesting. On another line, a very powerful sutra in meditation was greater than the greatest, smaller than the smallest. It's this dichotomy of being at once something huge and at once something very tiny. And that means you have all the vibrations from the huge to the tiny and to the middle and back out. So opera is never stuck just in this little box of this is appropriate and this is not appropriate. You can't be too small because people run over you, and you can't be too big because you won't fit in. Opera is being all of that, and also being tender and being jealous. And it's not only the huge gesture, I've come to save you, it's also a little look or a shrug of the shoulder. It's all of that. So when you're playing a girl in love, you're playing all the girls in love who ever were in love. And that specific girl with all of the little things that you've researched to make her come alive in a very special, particular way. So when you have a hero's tale, the hero is every hero. He's the archetype of hero. He's brave, he faces something impossible, and he has the courage to do it, and he wins. That brings you into people's hearts because everybody has an archetype like that in them somewhere. And then if you put all of the nuances into that person, little charming things, little annoying things, then you have something that's got so much, going back to my favorite word, magic, that people simply cannot resist it. So that's why people still love to go to the opera. And that's why if we presented opera to young people in a way that would be digestible to them, like let them be exposed to it at all, I believe we would always have an audience for opera because it speaks to the human condition in a way that very many other things do not. If you go to an art museum and you see the great masters, there's something that speaks to you in exactly the same way. It's the greatness, the boundlessness of what a human being actually is. And then all the little tiny things that make it charming and touchable and smellable and tasteable and all of that. So think about it when you prepare a role. Think about the enormity of who you are on stage. Because when you're on stage, you're always huge, huge, huge. There's the you that you're playing that's here. And then there are all the little charming things that you can do, but you're always here. And that's what keeps the audience fascinated. So keep it in mind next time you sing and next time you listen.